The specific topic of today in this self-healing course is about prana. So prana, you need to know, exists everywhere in the universe. The more you know yourself, the more consciousness expands, the more prana you have. Clear? The more you are sattvic, the more you know yourself, the more prana or energy you have. The more that you are functioning out of your low mind, then the more that you are split and you are contradicting yourself and you are losing prana. Prana is everywhere, and prana is many forms and many levels. There is a prana or life force in everything that exists. So if we have prana, then we can actualize our potential. We have the pranamaya kosha, which is the envelope of prana, that is very connected to the mind. So prana and mind are connected. And one important thing that everyone need to learn to do is I call it prana management. So first thing you do is in the morning, you wake up, you need to know your state of prana. Same like taking your pulse. This is something that you have to train yourself to do. You have to know, how's my prana today? Or the same that you say, how's my sleep? How was my sleep? But more than that, how's my prana today? So you know that there are techniques of recharging yourself with prana. And yesterday this group has learned about stress and how if you have more prana, then you can deal with your stress. Stress is all the time when we live this life. But we need to have a lot of prana. For the Hatha Yogis and Raja Yogi, very important point. So Hatha Yogi develop a lot of technique. How to have the prana. There's 5 things you do with prana. Yeah, how to make it move. How to increase it. How to conserve it. I mean, don't waste the prana. If you think of something and it doesn't do anything, it brings you to the dead end, then don't think about it. That's called smartness. Don't waste your prana on it. Because prana is life force. You want to live your life. Right? In daily life is the same. If you try to retrieve things, furniture or clothing or garbage or whatever, and you think this is I cannot do anything out of this, then get rid of it. And that's it, move on. So, prana management, pranic decision. This is what you need to do. The smartness need to be applied there. How do I employ my prana? How do I use my prana? 5 things to do with prana. Increase it. By your lifestyle, by your choices in daily life, you can increase your prana. Conserve it. Don't waste your prana. Balance it. Because the key to superior prana, and that's the secret of Hatha Yoga, is to balance it. If you are able to balance the prana, you get more prana. You get that? You get tremendous amount of prana. You can never say that I'm tired or I don't have enough prana for anything I want to do. That's what the yogi promise, and they deliver. If you don't get it, it's because you are not really do things properly. So you would have to learn how to do this. Balance prana, key. We talk about that. And then also we call channel prana. Use it, but use it well. If you use it and you use it well, you have more. Okay? And then the number 5 is purify the prana. That means have it, but so in such a form that it gives you so much prana for changing your vibratory wavelength. Okay, ready? Okay, everything in 45 minutes here. Yeah. I said to you that this course is only give you guidelines and a little seed of things, and then you slowly have to learn. And I feel the necessity to put everything together of my years of experience. Why? Because I feel that people are knowing bits and pieces of things, but they cannot put it together as a picture. Yeah. So now, very important point is the to know what is prana. It's precious. It's your mind. It's your life. It's your life force. It's everything. It's the juice of everything. So it's in the astral body. That means it's subtle. So you have to feel it. Some people feel it more, and some people feel it less. When you feel it less, you think only gross things. When you feel more, then you feel things, and it moves much faster. You don't have to go to the gross. And you have to be very clear of this, because when you feel the prana, you can get completely confused. That's why the physical world exists, the 3 bodies exist. Physical body, astral body, causal body. Why? Because some people need to understand things in the gross manner for them to understand. Okay, so prana is subtle. It's powerful and it's subtle. Okay, so I cut it very short and brief. How to increase the prana. Okay? So one of the important thing to understand is prana come in nature. 5 elements in nature. So by regulating your lifestyle and make all these micro decisions in your life, what to do, you increase your prana. Either you know it or not. But it's a micro decision, very small. Like for example, prana come from earth. Okay. So you can imagine, yeah. And it comes with the senses. So every element connected to senses. So it comes from earth. Yeah, earth, water, fire, air, ether, the 5 elements, okay, that are connected to the 5 senses. Yeah. So the earth connected to the smell, right? So you need to smell good thing, yeah, and use earth as much as possible for you to increase prana. Yeah? That means what? Live on earth, use material that come from earth, eat from the food that come directly from earth. Don't go through any other kind of artificial manipulation of the food. Yeah, touching the earth, yeah, working with the earth, embracing the tree that come from earth, looking at a mountain that is big mass of earth, smelling aromatherapy, smelling earth, essential essence, and then to decrease the loss of prana, stay away from things that is not earthy. Okay, it's like perfume, artificial perfume. Live in a 50 floor, 300 floor high rise that up in the air and very far from earth, and then where the high heels is far from earth, and then walking on the cement floor in the city, and then step on the car that is not earth, and then drive on the highway that is not earth, and come home, go down the basement that is make of cement, and go up to the high rise in the elevator. Nothing is earth. So if you do this, then you see that you lose prana, or you don't gain the prana. It's your decision. And maybe I'm describing something that people feel that they are living. They have to live in this house and then drive that car and then be in that office and so on. But I'm sorry, I'm not mean to tell anybody lifestyle is off, but I'm just telling, in general, you can make decision. You have to make decision because it's your life. So this is some kind of education for you to make some wise choice. You have to make choice. You cannot just follow fashion or follow your central kind of mind, or not think properly about what you choose in life. Okay? So then also eating too much, because every element connected also with organs of action. If you do something too much, you lose prana. Yeah. If you eat too much and then you have to digest, you have to evacuate, then it loses prana. So this is the organ of action. So eat less and digest properly, and then conserve the prana. Okay. So now we can go like this with water. Yeah, water. Our body is 75% water. Yeah, so it's very important. Drink clean water. I'm sorry about the water problem here. Drink clean water, and then it never really happened here. So it's some kind of signal. Okay. So anyway, drink water, swim, take bath if you want to have prana, and you go take a shower or take a bath, then you gain prana. Okay. You say, oh, I just take a bath. It's okay, I don't take bath again. It's not about dirtiness of the body. It's about getting the prana of water. Okay? Immerse yourself in that water. You get more prana. Okay? So people that are depressed, the first thing they don't do is to take bath. Okay? So just daily, just take bath. If you can, in a river, in the ocean, with fresh, good water, drink water. Yeah. When you notice when the mouth is dry, drink water. That's part of prana management. And eat the food that has water. Don't eat dry food. And juicy fruit, the vegetable that has water, whatever water is there. Okay. And conserve. Yeah. So don't drink coffee, soda, artificial drink as much as you can, because this would take your prana. The water there, it would take your prana, and you don't want to take your prana, right? And then um, it's related to the taste, yeah, and it related to the sexual organs. So that's the organs of action related to water element. So, and the emotions. Yeah. So pay attention. The emotion of desire take all your prana. Okay, and the expenditure of prana. So conserve. The third element is fire. Okay, so the source of fire energy come from the sun on our planet. So make use of the sun energy as much as you can. Okay? You know, people live in country or places that has no sun, they become depressed. Okay? So here, California, sunshine, the Golden State. So you get the prana from the sun. Okay? Food that come from directly get the sunlight. Eat this kind of food. Yeah, not eat the second. You eat the cows eat the grass and you eat the cow. These are second-hand food. Okay, not very smart. Okay, good. Eat the first-hand food, and then open down window. Live in place of light. Yeah, that's what you feel. You make a choice all the time. Put light. Wear light color. That's why we promote the people wear light color. Why? Because it's prana. When you wear light color, then you give the prana to other people as well. It's called color therapy. Okay. What else? Color therapy, light. Yeah. And decrease prana, and it's connected to the eyes, the sense of seeing. Okay. So try to see things that are bright and not tamasic, yeah, to gain more prana. I told the story how in the Los Angeles Center, the Los Angeles Center staff is here. You know, when we just bought the center, and then we frantically get everything ready, and then in the back wall of the garage, there is from all owner, there is a wall made, and there is graffiti on the wall, but it's in the garage. And nobody would look. You know, the center is so big, everyone would look at everything else, and we have no time really to go and do something about it. But I insisted that even no time, we have to go and paint that wall of graffiti in the back wall of the garage. What is the reason? The reason is you want to give people prana by what they look, because what they look give them prana. Yeah, and if you look at the graffiti wall, you lose prana. Yeah, people would just say, "Oh, okay, just a garage with some graffiti," but I know that it will make them lose prana. So the eyes look. So you have to be very careful of what the eyes see. Okay, and when you do internet and you surf through, you know. And so many things takes your prana away through your eyes. Plus the blue light in the cell phone and the computer takes your prana away. Is the way how we are draining ourselves. Yeah. Unless you know how to do to guard your prana. Okay. You don't get involved too much. Yeah. But also you have that intention to find the information that will help the world. Then at that time, it will guard you from losing prana. Yeah. But if you brainlessly just surf through, and expose yourself to this, then you are losing prana. Okay? So, and it's related to organ of action called the feet. So that means if you are moving too much, you lose prana. Okay, these are all written there. If you want, we have give you this table, print out this table, so you keep there, so that you make the decision about your lifestyle. Yeah. If you move too much, you see, let's say you work over there and then you live over there, and every day you have to move. Yeah. This is not a good idea. Yeah. So you need to make the wise decision somehow, yeah, to come closer to the work, or the work come closer to the mind, to the house. You have to make that decision because you don't want to lose prana. It's precious, and you know it's precious for you to elevate yourself and change your life, for the better, and help also the world. So make that wise decision. If you move too much, so yogi, what they do, they cross their legs and they sit still. Conserve prana. Okay. Now, fire. Now, air. Air is very important for human because we are air animal. We are not a water animal. We're air animal. So you have to choose the decision. You have to choose a place where there is fresh air, non-polluted air. Okay. So that you can gain prana. If I can, oftentimes if I can, I sleep outdoor. Yeah, not even in a room with open window. Yeah, I live out in the balcony. Why? Because I have a 6 hours oxygen therapy, free. And it's really impacted, very, very powerful. Okay? So if you can live in fresh air, spend more time in fresh air, yeah, that's the best. Spend the time in nature, where you have this abundant source of prana. So we say nature in general, but you can analyze it and you can see the 5 elements. So air, ventilate the house. Yeah, open the door. Because it's prana. Okay? Yeah. See? I said the room is perfect temperature, everything is good. Yeah. And you live in there? No, there's lack prana. So you have to open the door and open the window. So after the yoga class, let's say you teach yoga, you have to open the door, open the window to change the prana. So, and if you feel like down and you feel not good, what you do? Breathing exercise to change the prana, to circulate the prana. Okay? So it connected with the skin. Okay? So through the skin you get the prana. So don't touch people. If you have no business touching people, then don't touch. So you lose prana from that. But if you want to give prana, you can touch with the firm intention. You can give prana. People that do massage, Ayurvedic massage, so they gain the prana. Yeah, they are very smart. They have the hot, warm oil. Yeah, so all these are working with the elements, and people that do gentle touch, and they are trained. They repeat the mantra before they touch you, and they are trained in the right attitude. Yeah, so the eyes, the hands, everything, so then you gain the prana from that. Yeah, but you go have a massage of somebody untrained, yeah, that live a funky lifestyle, tamasic lifestyle, then you lose all the prana. Okay, so it's better you do asanas. So now, but when I say like this, don't be scared, because I don't like to scare people. Yeah, you can lose prana, but if you're smart, then what happens? You know how to recharge it. Why? Because prana is infinite. Yeah, God gave you this life infinite to live. So you just have to recharge yourself, and that's it. Brush off. So now, air, and it's related to the hands. The hands is there to take. But if you give, then you get prana. If you take, you lose prana. Clear? The action of the activity of giving will give you prana. The activity of taking, hoarding, will make you lose prana. So what is the activity of taking, hoarding? You know, what's the name of it? Now it's very popular. Shopping. So when you shop, when you go shopping, when people feel, oh, you know, I don't feel well, so I want to have some energy, so they go shopping. But this is exactly the opposite. Yeah, there's the eyes will lose prana, but the hands would take. You lose prana. The shopping center with the loud noise, and then the light, and then no air, and the no ventilation, and the greed that is all around. All this make you lose prana. Okay. Now and also clothing, skin. So you don't wear clothing out of fashion. Yeah, artificial clothing. It takes your prana. It doesn't allow your skin to breathe. So wear cotton or natural fabric so that you can breathe and you gain the prana. The last thing is what? Ether. Ether is more subtle. Ether is space. You gain prana from the space. So when you walk in here, some people say, you know, they throughout the years they always testify. They come to near to the gate, they already feel the prana of the place. Yeah, because there is prana in the space. Why? Because here is very difficult place. It's mandatory satsang morning, evening. Yeah. So then you have to practice meditation, chanting, lecture. You're being lectured too whole day long. So, you know, you gain the prana from the high thoughts and from the space of worship, the space of calmness. So, thoughts. The prana come from the thought environment, yeah, and come from it relates to the ear. So come from the sound. Okay, so kirtan singing, beautiful music like yesterday, you know, is lifting you up, give you the prana. But if you hear abuse, you hear commercials, you hear bad news, and all this would take your prana away from the hearing. If you hear the music, but the lyrics in there are depressed, you know, many songs nowadays are very depressed, and then you hear it, you lose the prana from it. Okay? And if you it related to the organs of speech. If you talk a lot, you lose prana. Yeah, I can talk a lot all day long. Yeah, but I talk for good purpose, and then I gain the prana from it. Okay, so it's not just the talking that lose prana. What kind of talk? It's not the thought that lose prana. What kind of thought? If the thought is good, then you gain prana. Yeah? So think positive thoughts, talk positive thoughts, be in a good thought environment, then you gain prana. Okay, so that's the first part of the prana management. Make the decision in your life to choose the life that you want to live, that will give you prana from the elements. Now, the other thing is the balancing of prana. Remember, if you balance the prana correctly, then you have more prana. Okay? So now you have to know how to do it. Okay? So there is one breathing exercise, pranayama, which is the alternate nostril breath. Yeah. So that is the direct way how you do it. Okay. You get that technique. You want to have high energy that solve all your problem, cleans your subconscious, and make you feel very good and go high. Do pranayama. Do alternate nostril breath. Okay. Eat the proper. You should not smoke at the same time, take drugs and eat meat and all these things. But do pranayama 3, 4, 5 times a day. You can. You don't have to do excessively long, 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. It will balance your prana. Especially if you are naturally somehow somewhat imbalanced. Yeah. In terms of personality. Too much left brain functioning, too much right brain functioning, too much thinking, too much emotions, all this make you lose prana. Get that? So very key. Key. I say key, please understand that I mean it. Yeah. I say a lot of things, but not necessarily people understand or take it very seriously. If you imbalance in terms of prana, seriously, you lose prana. Hear that? If you're going to balance your prana, means the functioning of the left and the right brain is balanced, then you gain super prana. Clear? So, how to do that? So the prana function in the nadis or the astral meridian. Okay, there's 72,000. They say that means all over the body the prana is flowing. The prana gives the prana goes to the organs of the body and goes to the brain and goes to the heart. So then you are functioning optimally. If there is blockages in anywhere in the flow of prana, then you have problem. Okay, that's why you go to the acupuncturist and somehow the acupuncturist will help you to release the prana flow. Or you go to even a massage person that know how to press the points, and then it's released. If you have tension somewhere, that means blockage somewhere, then it's released just by the pressure at the acupressure points. Yeah. Or if you do asanas and you hold the posture proper, and then you breathe and then you relax, and that also will make the prana flow. Okay, so you want the prana flow, but then you know that also the prana is related to the mind, very much so. So the certain kind of thoughts, yeah, we say in general, we say come from the left brain, the rational thinking, and certain kind of thoughts or behavior activate the right brain. That means the cool energy or the passive feminine energy. And one is the active male hot sun energy. Okay? So you have to learn to feel this, to know this. It's part of your practice of prana management and balancing of the mind and the flow of prana. Yeah, the best way is you check your nostril. Yeah, so if it's functioning, when your both nostrils function, then it's a best time. Otherwise, most of the time, people have one nostril function 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, and then it switches to the other side. So it's like switching right and left. Okay, so if it doesn't switch, that means you are blocked. Very simple. Okay, so it needs to switch. Minimum, it needs to switch. Yeah, for you to be healthy. It's switch from right to left, left to right, fine. Yeah. 2 hours or so, that at least you are healthy. If it doesn't switch at all, it switches after 10 hours, you are very imbalanced. When you are very imbalanced, whatever you do, you will not be successful. Yeah. And you're all the time functioning like this. Or this way. I mean, half functioning. Yeah. So when you make a decision, you have a thought that comes from a half brain. You think that thought will help you? You can think how much you want. Would that thought help you? No. It's a waste of your time. Yeah. Because the way how you think is in order for you to elevate yourself in life, make proper decision about thinking. Can you think half brain, half personality, half what God has given you, half nature? No. Yeah. So you need to think with your both brain balance. Okay. And how do you do that? Alternate nostril breath. Okay. Help the rhythm. Help the rhythm. Yeah, just simple that. You heal yourself. If you advance, then you'll be able to switch. Yeah, but most of people need to go and do the pranayama. Yeah, you open and close, open and close. You have to learn to do this. Yeah. Most of people have to start like this for years and years and years. Yeah. Before they know how it works, the prana related to the thought, and they can switch the thought, it switches the prana. And they balance themselves out just by thinking. Okay? So you need to balance the prana, do a lot more pranayama. Sit still, be in a good fresh air and do pranayama at least 3 times a day. It's so important because our life is so imbalanced. So Hatha Yoga means the science of balancing the two flow of prana, that not just, it's your activity also. Yeah, in your breath, that is the highest and easiest way to do, to balance the two flow of breath, but also in your activity. There's an activity that activates the left brain and the activity that activates the right brain. Let's say you hear music or you dance. Yesterday the Atmaram Das make us dance also. Oh, so the right brain, this is the activity of the right brain. Yeah, the nice music, the nice singing, he's so nice, so sweet, and we move the body, doesn't have to go wild, just a little bit, this rhythm, that rhythm. We activate the right brain. If you work 10 hours in the computer, left brain. I hear this computer master that create this artificial intelligence. They say they pride themselves. I work 10 hours. I work 120 hours a week and so on. Man, they work on the computer. So what kind of right brain they have? So the left brain, super functioning, like the robot or the computer, is missing out life. Missing out life. Whatever you say, that you're intelligent, you have all the data and everything else, you can spit out things. No. It doesn't work like that. It needs to be balanced. When they say, oh, the computer, the robot can feel. Come on. The robot say, I feel sad. Come on. It's programmed to say, I feel sad. But really? compared to the feeling of human, far off. So, balance the right and the left brain activity. If you feel that you are too much thinking, too much rationalizing about things, and it doesn't solve your problem, you are stuck. Then what do? Go and do painting, go and do music, go and do dancing, go and talk to the animal, and contemplate the sunshine and look at the flower. Right brain. This society is very much left brain, very dry. Yeah, it's called very scientific. Yeah, but it's not. It's not. It's only half of the picture. There's a half of the picture. Yeah, not formulated in words. Yeah, left brain is formulated everything in words, computing. Right brain, you cannot formulate. You feel. Yeah, you don't verbalize, but it's there. So it needs to be balanced. Called the moon energy, the Ta energy. The moon energy helps you to relax. Yeah, the sun energy creates stress and action. Has nothing to do with male or female. A male person can have a lot of feeling, and a female person can have a lot of rationality. So it has nothing to do so much with gender. If you take individual cases, but in general, say the male gender have more left brain activated, and the female gender have more right brain activated. Yeah, because they have to play the role of nurturing and so on. Okay? So pay attention that your relationship impact your balance. So you have to balance your right and left brain already functioning as a equanimous and a balanced person. Yeah. But then when you are interact with people, yeah, either they aggravate your left brain or aggravate your right brain, your heart, the thought, your sun and your moon energy, then you become out of again. You become out of whack again. You see? So then you have not only you balance yourself, but you have to balance the relationship, yeah, with people around. So in ashram, we make sure that people have to do their sadhana, so then they are more or less balanced. It's already diminished. Yeah, so that's why we have this collective sadhana. So people together they balance with each other. So when together they balance with each other, then most likely the collective energy of everyone will help everyone. So you think wrongly to think that I can just work on myself. No. There's also the community, the people that live with you or work with you. So you need to be aware that relationship will imbalance your prana. Your lifestyle will impact your balance. Okay? So let's say you work in an office, already everything artificial with a boss that is pressuring you to produce, and there's a deadline, and then you are all the time like this, and try to work with the computer and then deal with the boss, and then, no air, and then 5 minutes of lunch. And what do you do to balance out? You have to bring a lot of plans, get your ally, your plans in your office. So you can look at it, the flowers, listen to some background kirtan, So you have to, again, that's part of your job of balancing yourself every day. So you have to recognize the prana flow in yourself, the dominant prana flow, the hot prana or the cool prana flow. Yeah. You have to recognize that. You have to recognize the prana flow in the environment, in people around you. And then you have to learn to balance. If you are in the group that is very dry and hot and criticizing and think that everything has to be perfect, then you just do some silly joke and the people laugh. Yeah. Or you make some movement or something just to break that and bring it, the collective group, go into the right brain. Okay? So, when you do that, when you're able to balance the two flow prana, the Hatha Yoga teachings say that your energy will move into the central channel. Yeah. When your energy moves in central channel, then at that time it is said that you awaken higher energy. At that time you have naturally, it's a natural process. You have access to higher voltage. You have a lot of prana. Okay? So that is called Kundalini energy, which is prana, but spiritual prana, superior prana. And now we need to finish the 5 action there. So we say already increase, conserve, balance. Now the number 4 is channeling the prana. So channeling the prana means using it. The more that you use the prana, the more you get the prana. Some people say, oh, I cannot do anything. Sorry, I cannot help you. I cannot do anything because I don't have enough energy for myself. Wrong thinking. If you go and serve, then you get more prana. If you are selfish, you sit with your problem, then you have lower prana. Okay? So that is called channeling prana, using the prana properly. Whatever little prana that you have, yeah, serve somebody. Yeah, then at that time you gain more prana. Okay. So some people that they are sick or they have some problem, that they serve and they get more prana. And if you are there with self-pitying mode, always looking at your navel and not, seeing other people, not helping other people, you lose your prana. The intention behind the action, is that is important. It gives you prana. Okay, it's the intention. It's the most important. Your thoughts behind. Okay, your action. So the last thing is purifying prana. Number 5, purifying prana. That means you need to know that every thought has a certain pranic value. Okay? So if you think of something higher, then it's like you are gaining a lot of value. But if you think a lot, but it's all lower value thoughts, like I said, self-pity mode, or worry all the time about survival thing, what I'm going to eat, and I don't like this, I like this person, I don't like this, the situation. There's all this negative thinking. It's very, you can think a lot, but it doesn't give you some resolve to your life because it's all low value pranic thought. So the more you think, the more you lose. But if you're going to think a few thoughts, and that's the yogi do, they calm all the mind down so they don't think at all. But out of that, a few thoughts come. And these few thoughts change your life because it's high insight, high value thought. So that's why we say purification. You purify. We talked yesterday about purification of your thinking in order for you to have high thoughts. So then you would have a lot of prana. Just few thoughts. So the awakening of a subtle prana, I just give you another last thought here, is the Kundalini Shakti, but also according to Ayurveda, you have to feel the energy, yeah, of what we call the subtle energy of fire, pitta, the subtle energy of air, vata, and the subtle energy of water, kapha. So this is called prana, tejas, and ojas. I'm just not going too deep there, but you need to study about this. Okay. So these are the subtle energy. So the prana governs the movement, coordination of the breath, the senses, and the mind. It helps the unfolding and harmonization of all higher state of consciousness. The tejas help to digest impressions and thoughts. Okay. So it helps the perception of higher kind of thoughts. Yeah. So you have to be very sharp to have this tejas to digest all the thoughts and imprints and impressions and come out, clear. And then you have to have the most important thing. You have to have the ojas, which is a subtle energy of water and earth, of water, basically. What that means? That means that you will not burn out. If you have this subtle energy for you in your life, then you will not burn out. If you think and you act, you think and you act and you try a lot of things and so on, but you don't relax, collect yourself, then you don't have what we call the ojas shakti. You're missing the ojas. When you miss the ojas, you'll be discontented. You're unhappy. You'll find fault. You'll be miserable. You'll be depressed. So very important that you nourish your ojas. So people that rest, have abhyanga, the Ayurvedic massage, and then bhakti yoga, the love and devotion, unconditional. So this thing will nourish your ojas. It will support the tejas, the thinking, and it support the prana. Okay, so these three need to increase. So that's why the 4 paths of yoga that you practice help to balance out, because it helps to have more prana, but not have more prana is good enough. You have to have the prana also of your feeling, of your devotion to support this endeavor, and then you don't burn yourself out. Okay, so the 3 need to balance: prana, tejas, and ojas. And it's also the last point is that if you have ojas, that means if you have faith is ojas. If you have faith, then it will help you to increase your immune system. Then you don't get disease. You don't catch everything that comes. Okay, so you need to increase ojas. By the power of faith, by the practice of bhakti yoga, by the practice of proper diet that is nourishing, okay, and proper rest. Clear? Proper rest, faith, be in nature, proper food, proper feeling called devotion, then you increase the ojas, and it sustains you, it nourishes you, you feel happy, you feel contented, and you feel accepted, love, Yeah, so all these come from the subtle energy called ojas. And that's part of the thing that you need to feel, yeah, in your prana management. To summarize, the 5 actions to manage prana: increase, conserve, balance, channel, and purify. Okay? Understand the function of the subtle prana, tejas, and ojas, and how yoga practice increase and balance them. Number 3, choose a lifestyle conducive to have high level of consciousness. High prana means high level of consciousness, and understand the journey of spiritual prana called Kundalini Shakti. Okay, so that's enough. Om